Do you want me to spin it for you? Or?
Yeah, do that. Yeah, that's so cool.
One of the most popular things that I make at the moment is like a flat disc, and it's got a special fluid in it. And before I made that, I made these. Inside of it is rheoscopic fluid. It carries these crystals of mica. The structure of the crystals is very, very flat. It aligns itself very quickly with whatever flow is happening inside the flask. So if you sort of spin this around, you can see the light gets reflected with a different intensity depending on which direction the flow is going. It's the sort of thing that I could just kind of play with, you know, all day.
Yeah.
I love this sort of thing. You know, you can look at it and you can see some of the weather patterns from satellites around Saturn or Jupiter or something like that.
Looks like something out of Harry Potter, doesn't it?
So someone was trying to commission me to make a thing from Harry Potter. It was like a place where they would store memories.
Oh, the pensive.
Pensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a pensive with this
That's
stuff.
perfect.
So, yeah.
I wonder if Heston Blumenthal knows about this stuff.
I would imagine so.
Oh, look, I've caught a flying saucer.
Once I finished playing with those flasks, I did a few sort of designs, and then I ended up finalising it with this specific piece of glass that I've got here and putting it on a turntable and that kind of thing. And you can spin it sort of a moderate speed and then stop it dead. And, you know, inside there you see some really like fascinating patterns. You know, that looks like a spiral galaxy to me or something like that. You know, I find it really, really nice to look at. You can also spin it much faster and sort of agitate it a lot more. And, you know, you get just sort of a whole range of different motion of the liquid inside that device. So you can really get some interesting patterns come up. One of my favourites is if you kind of get it spinning, let all of the fluid catch up so it's all kind of spinning at the same sort of speed, and then stop it. After a short time it'll kind of settle down and you get this sort of smoother appearance like it's getting to now. If you just reverse it quickly, then you get some really sort of well-defined spirals, only for a moment, like 1 or 2 seconds, but you know, I could watch that over and over again. And different things happen. There's been a couple of times I've been playing with it and I've got like a perfect hexagon that's sort of formed right on the centre of that dish that really does look like the storm that you see on the North Pole of Saturn, actually.
That's interesting. Do you think it's related?
I really don't know. There may be something that I did with the movements, you know, prior to it forming that, which is something that had happened on Saturn. But you know, I really was just playing with it in a random way, so I'm not sure what I did to generate that. But it was really striking. I managed to capture it on film actually.
Yeah, I've seen it on your Instagram.
Oh, you've seen it?
Oh yeah, it'd be a good moment to plug your Instagram now.
It's on my Instagram page. Physics Hack.
Matches my shirt.
I mean, it's literally exactly the same colour as your shirt.
And then that one matches my trousers.
Do you know what? That's really weird, isn't it? It does.
Actually, I've got black on my shirt as well. Black, the blue, and then the maroon.
Wow, I don't know what to say. There's also another powder that I use sometimes called strontium aluminate. This is basically a glow-in-the-dark powder. We mix this in with the rheoscopic fluid and then allow people to also take a pen light, and it means they can see where that fluid goes. It sort of whisks away and creates some quite interesting effects. I used to be an engineering apprentice, you know, years ago. After that I was a design engineer for a little while. One of the things that I've noticed most about working in, you know, this workshop by myself is that my kids can come whenever they like. They'd be a real drag if they came to my previous office, but here they can come and hang out, and they, you know, they're really honest. If they hate something and they think it sucks, they'll tell you about it really, really fast. But if you can see they get engrossed in something, then you know, you're normally onto an effect which is probably going to be useful.
It's like Willy Wonka's physics workshop.
That's it. That's the idea. Essentially, we've got some aluminium here, which isn't magnetic, but it is very conductive. So when you move the magnet by it, you can generate electrical currents inside there. And then those electrical currents are generating their own magnetic field, which is trying to push against the movement of that magnet to slow it down and stop it. So when you drop the magnet inside that piece,
Wow.
those magnetic fields really slow down the descent of the magnet. It's quite striking. And that's how all generators work, that's how electric motors work. I wanted to make like a version of that spinny dome that children might be able to use or find interesting. So we made this plastic magnetic toy. It's got the same fluid inside, so when you shake it up, you get those same patterns. I really enjoy those. But one of the things you can do with this is you can manipulate some magnetic parts inside, and you can draw over the panel with a magnet. So
That's so cool.
I'm hoping that some people will find that quite.
Oh no, that's really cool. Have you shown Tim this one then?
No, I haven't showed it to Tim actually. So I don't want to, shove a load of toys under his nose. But
That's exactly what you should do.
Yeah.
It's a compass, a magnetic compass, but it's a three-dimensional one. Very strange idea.
So it's kind of like a fidget toy. You can get it to spin really, really fast, quite easily. And then when you set it down, it will find north.
Okay.
That's probably.
So why has it gone at that angle?
So that should be near to where the angle of magnetic field is entering the Earth. You could say the magnetic field around the Earth is just the same as the magnetic field around this ball magnet. So this is quite a large, powerful neodymium ball magnet. So if you move the compass around this ball magnet, what you should see is that when you're near the equator, those poles are horizontal with the surface of the magnet. But then as you move around the magnet towards the poles, the compass actually follows the magnetic field from that ball magnet so that the inclination of the compass goes in towards the north and south end of the magnet.
And that's why us in the northern hemisphere see the 3D compass pointing downwards.
Exactly.
It's really cool.
So I used to travel quite a lot. I've taken it to Singapore, which is very near the equator. It will actually sit with the poles completely horizontal. So I've got a friend who also took it to New Zealand, which is about as far south as we could realistically get it. And there it sat the other way around with the south pole sort of facing down into the ground and the north pole sticking up. So you can literally take this anywhere and get some rough idea of what latitude you're on, whether you're at the equator or in the north or in the south.
So when you decided to leave your comfortable office job to make toys, was that a difficult decision?
Yeah, it was. It really was a big step. To be honest, this was getting really, really busy to the point that doing both things wasn't really an option. So I made a big decision beginning of the year, and here we are now. So far so good. Still here. So yeah, really pleased. And being able to have the kids in and come and get involved as well. It's really, really good.
I feel like a DJ. Would you whack?